Hello everyone. I'm going to do a quick rundown of my Harbor Freight trailer that I purchased. It's a 4x8 trailer that comes in a box and you have to assemble it yourself. Takes about a day to assemble it and put it all together. There's a lot of nuts and bolts involved. This little baby is a really nice trailer. For the price, you can't beat it. It's about 230 bucks. It will tilt if you pull these pins here out. Pull those pins, it'll tilt up, and so if you have a load of dirt or something, you could probably dump it out really easy. It seems pretty sturdy for the price that I paid for this trailer. It's all finished, has a powder coat red on it. It's a nice little trailer. The original reason I bought this trailer was to haul a kayak. As you can see up here hanging on the wall in my storage building, I have a Hobie kayak, and I needed a way to haul that thing because I'm getting a little up there in the years, and putting it up on top of that expedition there is a chore. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'm just going to get me a trailer and I'm going to double tow. Put it on the back of my camper here, tow that bad boy on the back of the camper, and that way I can mount that kayak on this trailer and be a lot easier to load and unload it. So as you can see here, in the bed of the trailer is the kayak, bracketing, saddles for it. If I want to use this trailer for purposes other than the kayak, all I have to do is take those 3 bolts off and this whole thing will come right out. I just got finished with this and I've just left it mounted in there because I'm probably going to be going camping here soon. As soon as this COVID-19 thing clears up and I can go back to the campsites, I'll probably be going camping next. But you know, I said, why have this trailer just for hauling the kayak when I could go ahead and put some sides and a floor in it and everything and use it for hauling other things. So I wanted this thing to be able to haul a full 4x8 sheets of plywood. So I made it so that you could do that. The floor is a full 4x8 sheet, and as you can see, you know, I could put a full 4x8 sheet of plywood in here again, and I could you could stack them up and haul them like that. When I went to install this 3/4 inch plywood down at the bottom here on the corners, and this one, other places, there's a bolt that sticks up out off the trailer frame. So I used a hole saw to underneath to ream it out a little bit so that when this sits on top of that bolt, it sits flat on the trailer frame. Then in the middle, I just went ahead and notched it out, so it's a lot easier to do it that way, but I figured in the middle it would work fine. Plus I got this bolt right here I had to deal with that was in the way, so I chose to do it that way. You can kind of see it on that side too. The wall of the trailer, I had to use the notch it out too so that the wall would fit around that bracket. This trailer's meant to fold up. I didn't want to use it that way, so I chose to make it where it doesn't fold. It fits in my storage building here. As long as I take the sides off, it fits just fine in there up underneath the other trailer. All right, so I wanted these walls to be real sturdy, and I wanted to use the frame to keep the walls nice and sturdy. And instead of putting the walls on top of the plywood inside the trailer here, I chose to make sure that they slip down on the outside of the frame of the trailer. The way I did that was I took a measurement from the frame here out to here, And I figured out what that total width is. Of course, this is a piece of 3/4 inch plywood here. And then I took a 2x4. That's not a 1x4, it's a 2x4. And I put that on the table saw and I ripped it down so that it's the exact thickness, so that it'll fit right down in there up against that frame. These eye bolts go all the way through to the back side. Real easy to take these eye bolts out. I put them in there so I could go ahead and still tie things down, and it holds this wall. Now on the corners, I bought these brackets here at on Amazon.com, and I put them on the top and the bottom. I noticed on YouTube most people only put them on the top, but I chose to put them on the top and bottom just to make it sturdier, and I'm glad I did that. It turned out really nice that way. It's really good and sturdy on the corners. I've got these eye bolts all the way around all 4 sides, and I did this, I built it so that this would be on the outside of the frame all the way around all 4 sides. And as you can see kind of right here, I had to notch it out around some bracketing here that's on the trailer, and I had to notch it over the lights a little bit, but it turned out really nice, sturdy. This is a little add-on here. I put this here to keep these fenders from vibrating so much. That they'll vibrate going down the road. My experience is after a period of time, if you use this trailer a lot, eventually that bracket down in there that's holding this fender on will crack. You'll lose your fender. So I took this, I 45'd it, and I wedged it down into the bracket there, so that it's kind of just holding it from vibrating. And that's all I did, just put some screws in that, rip that down on the table saw too, so it's the right thickness. And of course you can see I put some of these rope dealies around it, so go ahead and tie things down that way. Originally I had put this wood here just for looks, just to cover up that gap. And when I did that, I couldn't get the ends off. So I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Why? I couldn't get them off. I was trying to pull up on it and I could not get them off. And didn't realize what I'd done was, with that piece of wood all the way up here, just wedges that in so that when you try to lift this up, you're lifting up against yourself here and you'll never get it out. So I had to leave this here a gap so that when I lift the sides up, they'll slip right out, and had to do that on all 4 corners. Now the trailer looks about the same all the way around. Turned out really good. I only got about 400 bucks in this trailer. Pretty inexperienced. My son's father-in-law gave me the 3/4 plywood, so they cut the cost quite a bit. 3/4 plywood is about 30 bucks a sheet. Construction grade, that's all it is. I did paint the inside one. I just used some primer paint that I had laying around and just painted it that stuff. Give it a good seal. Added that jack to it. Found it's a lot easier to move the thing around if you got a jack with a wheel on it. That jack's only about 25 bucks. And then I had a coupon, 20% off, Harbor Freight. So it's well worth it to purchase that jack. Anyway, that's my trailer. Originally bought it just to haul that kayak, and had that in there mounted to the trailer frame. I didn't even have a floor in it at all. I just mounted to the trailer frame, and decided, you know what, let me just do this. My son's father-in-law gave me that wood, and I'm like, okay, let me just use that wood for this trailer. And had to buy some 2x4s, you know, to do it. Had to buy the bracketing around the corners. They're only 15 bucks a set, these brackets. So got about 30 bucks in brackets. These eye bolts, about $1 a piece. These Harbor Freight, 2 of them for $4. Got them all the way around the trailer. I highly recommend the little Harbor Freight trailer. It's a nice little trailer. You're not supposed to pull it over like 50 miles an hour, but you know, I've pulled it around 70, no problem. Just a kayak on it. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you out. I got the idea to do this off of YouTube. That's how I got my ideas. And you know, you look on YouTube and you get some ideas, and then you kind of just use whichever ones that you like. Combination of different people's ideas. And I ended up with this, a little bit different than some of the ones I saw on YouTube, but it turned out pretty nice. Hope this helps you out. If you got any questions, you can leave a message down there on the bottom of the thing, and I'll try and reply to your questions if you got any questions. So thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.